Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your photo news fix. This fix is brought to you by the Super Huger Mega Camera Giveaway. That's right, it's back, and it's more huger than ever. And yes, huger is a word. This time around, I'm giving someone the chance to win cameras and lenses valued up to $4,999, and it's completely free to enter. You can score extra entries by picking up FroPack 1, 2, or the bundle, or any of my educational video guides. For full sweepstake rules and to get entered, head on over to bit.ly/megafro2020. First up, remember the camera company called Light?
What are you talking about?
Exactly, I didn't think you did. Now, as a refresher, roughly 5 years ago, they burst onto the scene as the future of photography with the announcement of the L16, which was a compact DSLR killer that packed 16 cameras across its front and touted its computational photography tech.
Nerd!
Well, guess what? It sucked. It's really crappy the way that this feels in your hands. It was a stupid idea when it was announced. I don't want this in my pocket when I already have this. It was a stupid idea when it was released. You want to know what it smells like? Don't buy it. And it was a stupid idea when I reviewed it. It smells like don't buy it. The only thing about it that wasn't stupid is the fact that they were able to talk people into giving them $185 million in funding.
Damn!
Let me tone down the sucks rhetoric for just a second, because in theory, this makes a lot of sense. Connect a bunch of image sensors together, use software to combine, analyze, and spit out a much higher quality image than a cell phone can do, all in a small package. And I say small package because I know small packages. This was not actually a small package. Maybe it would fit in your pocket if you wore some Jenko jeans. Oh, by the way, did I mention that this camera really sucked when I tested it? Don't buy it. Now, when Light exploded onto the scene, so many tech people were saying this was it. This was the future of photography. Now, it really makes me question whether or not someone was backing up the money truck to their door to get them to kiss their ass so freaking hard. Oh, what's that sound? Oh, it sounds like the Sony money truck is right on time. Nonetheless, the future of photography is dead, at least for Light, who now will turn their focus to autonomous vehicle cameras. Hey, Ted Forbes, you bought one of these.
They actually reached out to me.
Why don't you send me the L16 that you have and I'll add it to the dumb camera shelf right next to the Lightroom.
Sick burn.
Next up, Tampon has announced, wait.
Damn it!
Did anybody proofread this? Because that's supposed to say Tamron.
Anything you put on that prompter.
Man, autocorrect actually sucks. Anyway, Tamron has announced the 28 to 200 millimeter f2.8 to 5.6 lens for Sony E-mount cameras. I so happen to have the lens right here, and by right here, it's actually in my bag in the other room because I recently filmed the review that will be out later in the week. Now, the main features of this lens is that it's a 2.8 aperture at 28 millimeters. Now, mind you, it's only 2.8 up to about 31 or 32 millimeters, but hey, it gets to 2.8 somewhere.
That's what he said.
As you work your way out to 200, it works its way all the way up to 5.6. Now, personally, I hate vari-aperture lenses because of how the exposure changes as you zoom. But the only way to get such a large zoom range in such a small package is to make them vari-aperture. Now, this certainly is a compact lens that might be the perfect fit for someone who wants one lens for travel or to capture their growing family. Now, as you'll see in the review, I chose to photograph kids playing. To me, this is the type of lens that a family gets when they are starting out because they can get those wide-angle shots at 28 and those tight portraits or action shots at 200 millimeters. Now, will it be the fastest focusing lens?
No.
Not really, but at $729, it's a solid option for an amateur who just wants a large zoom range to take pictures, aka one lens to almost
Rule them all.
Now, in my opinion, this is not the lens you invest in if your aim is to be a professional photographer. Now, if that's your aim and you're looking to save some money by going third party, then look at the Tamron 28 to 75 2.8 and the 70 to 180 2.8. You'll be spending more money now, but a lot less than going with the native Sonys, and you won't have to have very aperture lenses. Did you know that I started selling my very first I Shoot Raw shirt 10 years ago this week?
10 years.
For only $11.99? Well, in honor of 10 years of I Shoot Raw shirts,
10 years.
I've decided to drop the price back down to $11.99 for the next 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Head on over to bit.ly/raw10yr to pick up as many as you would like, as this is a random sale. So thank you guys for all of your support. And finally, Sony has issued a product advisory for one of the most important items in any camera, the memory card. On June 11th, Sony support issued a statement regarding specific SD cards failing to do the one thing they need to do, which is record your data properly.
You had one job.
The statement reads, recorded data on the card may be damaged or data may not be recorded correctly when shooting video on a camera in video speed class mode. Affected cards are the Sony SF-M series, SFM Tough, and SFG Tough SD cards. Now that's pretty scary, because can you imagine shooting a wedding and the data not being recorded properly to the cards and you have no idea that this is actually happening? Hell, I specifically purchased Sony Tough cards to use in my A7R4 and A9 II when on the road with Bernie Sanders. Now, if I had a catastrophic failure and lost everything, that would have been devastating personally and professionally to my reputation. Now, not every single Tough card is affected, and if you do have one of the bad cards, Sony will replace it for free. So how do you tell if your card is bad? Well, based on Sony's support site, flip the card over, look for a little star. If you see the star, your card is supposedly good. Now, if you don't see the star, your cards are Or on the SF-G cards, if your serial number starts with TV, you're definitely in trouble. And by in trouble, I mean you'll need to get that card replaced. Now, my 128 gig Tough Card G was fine, but 2 of my 64 gig G cards were not. Now, when you flip it over, it's not very easy to actually see the etching. I had to use my camera phone to basically use it as a magnifying glass because it was so hard to see. To start the process to get my cards replaced, I had to call Sony at 239-768-7669. Now there they advised me that they will email me a shipping label. All I have to do is pack up the bad cards and send them back, and then they will send me new ones that are hopefully good. Now hopefully this process runs smoothly and quickly, because I don't want to be without my SD cards. Now, are any of your cards affected? Let me know down below. And there you have it. That's your photo news fix this time around. To check out the last fix, go ahead and click on the screen right here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And that is where I'm gonna leave it. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.